Criminal is directed by Ariel of Roman and has one hell of a cast, quite frankly. Ryan Reynolds, Kevin Costner, Gary Oldman, Gal Gadot and Tommy Lee Jones. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. Ryan Reynolds is a CIA agent who is killed. That's not a spoiler, by the way. It happens literally in the first 5 minutes of the story and is the setup to the entire film. It is not a spoiler. He is the only person who knows the location of the Dutchman, a hacker who has managed to get hold of basically access to the entire US military. And so Reynolds' brain, Reynolds' memories, have to be transferred to death row inmate Kevin Costner for reasons. And what follows is essentially a dramatic thriller because a lot of people want that information. And I mean a lot of different people are interested in that particular nugget of information where the Dutchman may in fact be. Now, I only had one question coming out of this film, coming out of the cinema, and that was, how the hell did that script get that cast? I mean, seriously, did a lot of people have tax bills to pay or something? Because that cast does not deserve that script. That script is toilet paper. It is absolutely terrible. What this film actually is a really good example of how important a script is, because everything else is perfectly decent, to be honest. Direction is decent enough, the action's good, and the performances, they're not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but they're perfectly reasonable. The problem is the script is so poor, the characters make no sense, the decision making makes no sense, there's so many plot holes that everything else falls by the wayside. You don't care about anything else because what you're watching is so bloody nonsensical. And by the way, the reason why I can sort of forgive a poor script and a poor plot in certain films and not in others is because Hardcore Henry, really good example of this. Hardcore Henry, I can forgive the fact that the plot doesn't make any bloody sense whatsoever because the film doesn't care. The makers don't care. That's not the point of that film because it's not a serious film at all. Of course it's not. It's called Hardcore Bloody Henry. This film is serious. This is a serious drama, a serious drama thriller. It needs to have a good script when it's being taken seriously, when the makers are taking it even remotely seriously. It needs the strength in that script and it just doesn't have it. Quite frankly, the actors involved deserve a decent, strong script and it just doesn't have it. Gary Oldman in particular deserves a decent script. Gary Oldman is a fantastic actor. He's one of the best actors working today. Gary, I'll do you this deal. I will continue to love you. I will continue to love your work. If you could just maybe agree to read the script before agreeing to the film, could you just do that for me? Because that would just, I think that would solve a lot of problems, quite frankly. Because his character in this, he is, I'll be honest with you, I can't even remember if he is the head of the CIA or the head of the FBI. Probably CIA realistically, but I'm sure it said head of the FBI at some point, so who knows. You would imagine being the head, even the head of a department there, would have taken years of good decision making, dedication. Why is his character such a complete and utter fucking moron in that case? Has he had a lobotomy as well and we just weren't told about it? Because he is such an idiot for the entire film. He makes decisions and you are just going, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you say that? It literally doesn't work at all. For the person in your position doing what you're trying to do, what you've just said makes no sense. And some of the lines especially are so bloody ham-fisted and you're just thinking, did they teach you any negotiation at all during your job? Because I would imagine it's quite important, diplomacy, negotiation, and you don't appear to have any whatsoever. How did he get his job and how the hell did he keep his job? These are the biggest mysteries in this film as far as I'm concerned. This film, it had potential to be an interesting, tense thriller, this film. Unfortunately, it really failed to reach any of that potential. Ryan Reynolds has had 2 sort of brain memory swap films in the last year, this and Selfless. Selfless was a decent film, didn't live up to its potential, it was halfway decent. This completely fails. Because of that script, it completely fails to live up to anything it could have been. It did have some potential, it completely failed to live up to it.